The Jacksonville Jaguars' stunning upset victory over the Kansas City Chiefs has sent shockwaves through the NFL world. But could this be the moment that reshapes the AFC landscape forever? Fans are buzzing, analysts are debating, and one question looms large. Is this the dawn of a new era for Jacksonville, or just a fleeting highlight in an unpredictable season? Let's dive into the aftermath of this Monday night thriller, breaking down the overreactions and the grounded realities, while exploring what it all means for these teams' futures. And here's where it gets controversial. Some are calling for drastic changes in Kansas City. But is that fair, or are we overlooking the bigger picture? Stick around as we unpack it all, step by step, in a way that's easy to follow, even if you're new to the game. First off, while the Jaguars' win over the Chiefs might not rank as the most earth-shattering upset in NFL history, it undeniably marks Jacksonville's emergence as a serious contender in the AFC. This was arguably their most significant matchup of the season so far, boosting their record to 4-1 and dropping Kansas City to 2-3. Under head coach Liam Cohen, the Jaguars have transformed their team culture, already matching their total wins from last year and positioning themselves as the Indianapolis Colts' top rival in the AFC South. To put this in perspective for beginners, think of it like an underdog boxer suddenly knocking out a champion. It's not just a win, it's a statement of a rival. Jacksonville joins an elite group as just the fourth team ever to score a go-ahead touchdown in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, and the first in 4 years. That's a rare feat, highlighting their resilience and ability to perform under pressure. Now, amid all the excitement from this clash, there are plenty of takeaways from the game itself. The overreactions are piling up, fueled by the dramatic finish. So, which ones are just hype, and which ones reflect the true state of affairs? Let's examine them one by one, with some friendly analysis to keep things clear and engaging. The Jaguars are a playoff team. Overreaction or reality? Reality before this Monday night showdown with the Chiefs. It was reasonable to wonder if the Jaguars could handle the spotlight of a primetime game against a powerhouse. Well, this squad under Cohen proved they're not only ready, they're thriving. Jacksonville traded blows with Kansas City, flipping the lead 5 times in the second half after overcoming an early 14-0 hole. They racked up 21 straight points and then withstood Patrick Mahomes' best efforts to clinch the victory. Trevor Lawrence orchestrated a masterful 7-play, 60-yard drive in the final minute, culminating in a rushing touchdown where he even fell forward to start the play, with just 23 seconds on the clock. For those unfamiliar with football lingo, imagine a quarterback not just throwing passes, but also running like a skilled back to seal the deal. That's Lawrence showing versatility. The Jaguars boast a gritty defense that capitalizes on opponents' mistakes and a quarterback who's rebuilding his swagger. This combo is potent, especially after back-to-back triumphs over strong foes like the San Francisco 49ers and now the Chiefs. Jacksonville looks every bit like a team headed for playoff action in mid-January, and this win solidifies their status as a force to be reckoned with. The Chiefs need to move on from Harrison Butker. Overreaction or reality? Overreaction. Harrison Butker has struggled mightily for the Chiefs this season, committing kicking errors in every single game. On Monday night, his mistakes directly contributed to the loss, as he failed to place the kickoff in the landing zone or even inbounds, resulting in a penalty that handed the Jaguars excellent field position. To set the scene, the Chiefs had just ground out a grueling 12-play, 86-yard drive, finished by Kareem Hunt's touchdown, to grab a 28-24 lead with 1:45 remaining. It seemed like Kansas City was in control, ready to weather the storm against Jacksonville's tenacity. But Butker's errant kickoff gave the ball to the Jaguars at their own 40-yard line. Trevor Lawrence capitalized effortlessly, covering 60 yards in just 1:17 for the winning score. This blunder compounds Butker's issues. He missed kicks in 4 consecutive games before this, and it appears his focus on kickoffs might be spilling over into other areas of his performance. That said, the Chiefs are likely to stick with Butker due to his long history with the team and his proven ability to bounce back. His leash is shortening, though, and this incident adds fuel to the fire. But here's the part most people miss. Is it really time to cut ties, or could this be a temporary slump for a veteran who's delivered in the past? For example, think of other kickers who've had rough patches but returned stronger. Butker's track record suggests patience might pay off. Trevor Lawrence is back. Overreaction or reality? Overreaction, Trevor Lawrence turned in what many consider his finest outing of the season against a Chiefs defense that was among the league's top, allowing just 19.0 points per game entering the matchup. He guided the Jaguars to 24 points, including 7 from a defensive touchdown, completing 18 of 25 passes for 221 yards and a touchdown. Though he did throw an interception, earning a 95.6 passer rating. He also rushed for 54 yards and 2 scores, including the dramatic game winner with 23 seconds left. On that final drive, Lawrence was 3 of 4 for 48 yards, added 2 carries for 7 yards, and even benefited from a pass interference call that wiped out an interception before he punched in the touchdown. As Jacksonville racks up wins, Lawrence's self-assurance is clearly growing. His passing stats aren't eye-popping, a 60.4% completion rate and 78.2 passer rating, but he's making the key plays that lead to victories. One day's effort was a significant leap forward, but for beginners, it's important to note that consistency is key in the NFL. With their stout defense giving him some leeway for mistakes, Lawrence is crucial, as the Jaguars wouldn't have beaten the Chiefs without him. Yet they need this level of performance regularly to sustain success. And this is where it gets controversial. Is Lawrence truly back, or are we romanticizing one good game? Some might argue his stats still show room for growth, inviting debate on whether this is a breakout or just a blip. Late-game miscues will cost the Chiefs the AFC West. Overreaction or reality? Overreaction. Let's break down the Chiefs' disastrous final possession after seizing a 28-24 advantage with 1:45 to go. Butker's kickoff mishap was just the start. Jalen Watson failed to break up a pass on Lawrence's 33-yard completion to Brian Thomas Jr. Shamari Connor drew a pass interference penalty on what would have been a Brian Cook interception, and the defense couldn't tackle Lawrence after he fell behind the line of scrimmage, allowing him to score. This cascade of errors directly led to the defeat, leaving Kansas City at 2-3 after 5 games. They had Jacksonville on the ropes but crumbled late. However, this shouldn't derail their division hopes. The Chiefs trail the Los Angeles Chargers and Denver Broncos by just 1 game in the AFC West, with upcoming matchups against Denver twice and the Chargers once. The division race is tightening, and Kansas City is clawing back in. A 2-3 record isn't disastrous, especially after a 0-2 start, but those late blunders could haunt them in hindsight. Still, the Chiefs have ample chances to secure the AFC West against Denver and Los Angeles, making this more of a minor setback than a season ender. For context, think of past teams that bounced back from early stumbles. The Chiefs' talent suggests they can regroup. In wrapping this up, the Jaguars' win over the Chiefs is a thrilling chapter in the NFL season, highlighting Jacksonville's rise and sparking debates about Kansas City's future. But is it fair to label this as Trevor Lawrence's full return, or to push for cutting Harrison Butker after one bad night? And could those late-game errors really sink the Chiefs' division dreams? Or are they just a bump in the road? What do you think? Is this upset a game-changer or overblown hype? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear if you agree, disagree, or have a different take on these controversies.